What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a drive through Lexington. That's right, I'm right here in downtown Lexington at the shops at Flight Deck, and what we're going to do is we're going to head on a drive down 378, down Highway 6. I know for some of you that doesn't make any sense right now, but that way you can get an idea of what it's like driving around Lexington. For reference, it's right after 11 o'clock right now, so you'll kind of get an idea how traffic is at this hour. And for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Brandon. Not only am I a transplant here to South Carolina, but I'm a local real estate agent as well, covering the Midlands of South Carolina, Lexington, Columbia, and Lake Murray. And I put videos out every single week teaching you about the area to see if it's right for you. So don't forget to click that subscribe button, but let's get started with the video. And as I said, again, we're starting off here at the Flight Deck Shopping Center. Flight Deck restaurants over here. You have Firehouse Subs, you have the DMV right around the corner, Cookout over there. And that's the other thing I'm gonna do as we're driving through. It's just not gonna be driving. I'm gonna kind of share with you different things that we pass on the way, a little more information about Lexington as we drive. So let's hop in the car and let's get started. What's up, beautiful people? I'm excited. We're gonna be doing a drive through Lexington. That's right. I've had a lot of people that come to town, they're always like, I just wanna drive around and see things. So hopefully this gives you an inside glimpse of what it's actually like driving around the area. First, we're gonna head down through downtown Lexington. We're gonna head up 378 and we're actually going to end in West Columbia at Lexington Medical Center. And then we're going to start at Lexington Urgent Care just down the street from where we're starting. We're going to head down North Lake, which is actually going to take us over the dam, take a look at where Lake Murray is relative to everything, and we're going to finish off in the free parking lot where you can actually go walk, run the dam. And again, as I said, I'm going to start popping in here and kind of sharing with you different restaurant shopping that is around. And so on the left, we're going to pass private property. This is actually a really good Cajun restaurant, one of my wife's favorite because it's in an old historic house, which is definitely cool. And just so no one gets upset, I'm just kind of picking out the ones that stand out. If there's a particular restaurant or shopping center you want me to hit on, do a review of, I'm glad to do that as well. But don't think if I missed your restaurant, I do apologize. It's not intentional. On the right here, we're going to pass Aladia's, which is a good Italian restaurant. On the right here is the Lexington Craft Axe Throwing. Great place to go throw some axes. On the left here is going to be Bodie, which is a Thai restaurant and is actually in an old bank, which is pretty cool. On the right here, we're going to pass O'Hare's Irish Bar, one of my favorite restaurants downtown just because of the atmosphere. As we come up to this light, the county courthouse as well as all the county municipal buildings are actually going to be there on the right. So get your taxes changed, those kind of things. All right, so if we would have continued straight instead of turning left here, it's actually going to take us down Highway 1, which will eventually take us to Interstate 20 and then into West Columbia to Interstate 26 and then into downtown Columbia. So I know I said we're driving to Lexington Medical Center, but obviously instead of going through downtown like we did now, there is a quicker path if you just head over to 20, head down to Sunset and go that way. Actually, if you take a left here, you're gonna find my office at Jeff Cook Real Estate. All right, so as we kind of come up here, you'll see they're doing some construction. This has been a large project that Lexington's been doing. That one-way street we were on that used to be two-way street, and obviously they mitigated it, made one way, one back the other way, just to kind of help with traffic. They're widening this section here to help as well, and they'll be doing some stuff up ahead at the next intersection. On the right here is gonna be Lexington Elementary School. So as we continue on, if this driving video is something you like, please leave a comment below as I can continue to make more of these driving through Chapin, driving through Columbia, south side of Lexington, you name it, I am willing to do that for you if it helps. So leave a comment below if you like this. So if you turn left at this intersection, it'll actually take you back to where we started. And that's the route we're gonna take next go around. So up here on the right is going to be Lexington Middle School. They're actually moving it over to Old Cherokee Road. So in the future, probably by 2022, this will be torn down and they'll be moving to the new one. On the left here is Move Fitness, one of the local gyms. Used to be a Gold's Gym when we first came out here, but has become Move Fitness. All right, for those of you that have seen some of my past driving video, hopefully this will be a better experience. I since switched to actually mounting my drone so it has a gimbal on it, which will make a much smoother drive than when I was using the GoPro that was mounted in the past. So hopefully that helps. This intersection here is Highway 6, so in the next go around we're going to turn left here and head down to the dam just to give you reference point. So the shopping center we're passing over to the left actually has Cold Stone in it, Moe's Burritos, and Books A Million. But as well as we're going through it, there's kind of some blank spots, which there will be. I'm going to kind of share a little bit of info about the general Lexington area. So hope that kind of helps out as well. And then I will turn back on the elevator music that you can listen to. On the right, you'll see Tractor Supply. So this next shopping center we pull up to on the left, we'll have Home Depot, Chipotle. You'll have Buffalo Wild Wings. And yes, the first Chick-fil-A we passed. And you will also have Walmart in this shopping center. On the right, you can see we have Starbucks. In this shopping center, you're going to have a Publix, Ross, TJ Maxx, Kohl's, and a bunch of other shops. On the right here is actually the Golden Hills neighborhood and actually golf course living, which I do want to do a future video on neighborhoods on the golf course, so this will be one of them. On the left here in this parking lot, you will have Lowe's, Planet Fitness, and some other shopping as well. In this shopping center is where you'll find Hobby Lobby. On the right here, you will see Dunkin' Donuts. In this shopping center, you'll find Lowe's Food, which is a really good grocery store, quite different than the other Lowe's that sells lumber and tools and all that. Now I know this Walmart truck is in the way, but you'll see Lidl here on the right, and often I hear right across the street from Aldi. If you're a cigar smoker, right here in this shopping center, you'll find the Maduro Room. On the right here, you'll have another shopping center that has Target, Best Buy, World Market, PetSmart, and a few other shops. On the left here is Mountaintop Marine if you wanted to pick up a boat for Lake Murray. On the left here is some really good barbecue food if you're in town. Hudson Smokehouse, definitely check it out if you're here. So a little bit more about Lexington. Obviously Lexington is a suburb of Columbia. I did a whole video about the area. I'm gonna link it above. So definitely check that out to learn more about the area if this is your first video watching, you're not familiar at all. But Lexington, as I've talked about before, is not only the county, but it's actually the town that we started this video in. So first we'll start off the town, then we'll roll to the county. So the town itself, the last census 2019 is what I was reading off of. There are 22,157 people that lived in the town, which covers 12 square miles. Now, when we talk about Lexington County, that's actually 758 square miles, much bigger. And in that 2019 census, they said there were 298,750 people. Obviously, one of the big highlights, what we'll drive to later, is Lake Murray. Lake Murray is a beautiful lake. I did an entire series about Lake Murray if that's something interested, so I'll link that above so you can check that out if you want to learn more about Lake Murray. On the left here, we'll pass one of the first Frank's Car Wash. This is what keeps my car clean and pretty, to be honest. They have great memberships where you can get your car washed every single day. So, job like mine, driving around all the time, they keep my car pretty. Now, obviously employers, who are the top employers in Lexington? So the data I pulled said Lexington Medical Center, which is what we are driving to, is number one. Number two is going to be the Lexington 1 School District, which does cover the area that we are currently driving through in Lexington. Schools are going to be Lexington High School, River Bluff High School, Gilbert High School, White Knoll High School, and Pillion High School. And rounding out the top employer is going to be Amazon. That's right, there's an Amazon distribution center down in kind of the Casey area off I-77. Alright, so as we pull up to this intersection here, on the left is actually going to be Corley Mill Road. If you take Corley Mill Road, it actually ends over by the lake, which you'll see later. Down Corley Mill Road is going to be River Bluff High School, as well as the highly sought after neighborhood Saluda River Club. On the right here, you're going to see there's a Chick-fil-A, there's a Starbucks in that parking lot, there's some other food places, there's some hotels in the back, a Lexington Medical Urgent Care, and some other medical offices back as well. So as well up ahead, we're going to pass over Interstate 20. So Interstate 20 will take you to Augusta down in Georgia, or the other way, it'll take you up through Columbia and into Florence. So as we kind of continue on, a lot of this turns into medical until we kind of get to Lexington Medical Center. So as we come up here to Lexington Medical Center, there's definitely a bunch of restaurants, food, hotels, things like that. You'll see Freddy's on the right, which is really good burgers. They actually have a California style, which is a mock In-N-Out. So pretty good if you're trying to match In-N-Out burger. So as we pull up here to turn into Lexington Medical Center, if you go straight ahead, it actually puts you into West Columbia, and you continue, it'll put you right into downtown Columbia. And obviously before, you'll pass over I-26. Interstate 26 will take you down to Charleston or up to Greenville. And so as we pull into Lexington Medical Center, remember we are gonna do a little bit different trip after this, heading down towards Lake Murray. So let's get started with that. All right, so now we're gonna take a little bit different route. Right now we're in downtown Lexington again at the Lexington Medical Center Urgent Care. A little further down from where we started, but we're gonna go down, we're gonna pass it, we're gonna stay on 378, and then we're gonna head over North Lake Drive, which takes us over the dam over Lake Murray, so you can see that. So let's head over. All right, so again, we are starting here, right here in the Lexington Urgent Care in downtown Lexington. As we turn out of here, there is some shopping and things around. On the right, you will see Cookout, which is another good food place. If you turn left, again, as I mentioned before, you'll run into the DMV. Intersection here as we pass through, if you don't recognize, Flight Deck is on the left, and we actually went to the right on that first go around to downtown Lexington. On the right here is my eye doctor. That's where I get my contacts from. So as we come up on the right, we're gonna pass the Lexington County Museum, which is actually a bunch of historic houses. Really good photo ops. We've actually taken some maternity photos here. Again, we're gonna pass another Frank's. Thank you for keeping my car pretty. This is not a sponsored video, so I pay for my car washes myself.
You're listening to a Young AG Instruments Unit.
So actually on the left here is the hotel that we stayed at the first time we ever came to visit South Carolina, simply because of its location right there. There are some other great hotels around, but interesting fact.
You're listening to a Young AG Instruments Unit.
Okay, so as we turn left here, again, this is gonna put us back to where we were before, if you remember this, but we're gonna be turning left down Highway 6, so kind of a meet together intersection. And as we turn left here onto North Lake Drive, we're gonna start heading down towards the lake. On the right again is that shopping center with Books A Million, Food Line, all that. A lot of this is gonna be houses down the way, but there are a few things I wanted to point out. On the left, Old Timey Meat Market, great place to pick up meat if you're cooking. There's a Regal movie theater in there. as well as some other shops and restaurants tucked back. We do pass Wingers, which I do want to point out, which is a great place to get plants, flowers, things like that. And they do actually have a little shop inside where you can get fun local things. If you've seen my home shirt that I've worn that has the state of South Carolina, we actually got that there too. So on the right here, there's actually an entrance to 12 Mile Creek. 12 Mile Creek is a walking path that you can walk down the creek.
You're listening to a young AG instrument. You're listening to a young AG instrument. You're listening to a young AG.
So right here on the right is actually Corley Mill Road. If you remember, we passed Corley Mill Road when we were heading up 378 over by the Interstate. This is actually where it ends on the other side. But so as we come up to Lake Murray, the first thing we're gonna pass on the left is gonna be the entrance where you can go down to Lake Murray Beach. There's a park down there that you can pay, hang out for the day. Then we're gonna kind of cross over the dam here. So as we cross over the dam here and I go to make a U-turn, where I make this U-turn, if you were to pull in here, this is another pay area that you can sit, hang out, fish off the docks, or there's actually a boat ramp that you can use here. Now this is paid during the summer, and I'll tell you during the winter, the guard leaves and it is free to access. But as we head back down the dam, you can kind of see the pathway. This is something that you can run, walk across, and as we get to the end here, what I'm gonna do is pull into the parking lot where pretty much all year round for free, you can park in here and head out and take a walk or run on the dam, which any of you follow me on social media, I know some of you do, you'll see me every once in a while heading out there, run during sunsets. Obviously a great place to do it with the scenic view of Lake Murray. So as we kind of finish up this tour, I hope you enjoy this. Again, if you want to see more of these, you want me to drive different areas, Chapin, Columbia, south side of Lexington, other parts of Lexington, please let me know in the comments because I'd love to make more of these videos if these are things that interest you.
There's only one phone call that you need to make. In Columbia, Brandon Garon is a real estate agent dedicated to helping families relocating to South Carolina. Contact the agent I trust in Lexington and all of the Midlands, Brandon Garon, and visit him online at brandongaron.com.